primary reason for setting aside personality is orientation. If we are oriented by our personality, we see through a glass very darkly. And so it is setting aside our personality that allows us to get a more certain orientation, and that orientation is the orientation of the mystic north. And that is the location and the direction of the divine hierarchy. It is the direction of the temple. It is Eden. It is the ability to move beyond our manifestation here in time and space and to begin to participate more fully in the divine hierarchy, where we find our calling. It is where our resurrection body is coming into a larger being, a larger presence. So that's the direction of orientation that I'm suggesting. And I'm suggesting also that this is a work that you will do uniquely for you. There is no doctrine, there is no dogma that will tell you exactly how to be or where to go or where to look. You will look to the north, the mystic north. I know that for sure. How you do that is going to be your challenge, your practice, your study, and your effort, and your exertion. And all those things are necessary. Exertion is particularly important. I discovered that when I began to work out seriously. And it was in the exertion of the workouts that I began to feel a kind of psychic connection to myself. You would think that would be just sort of right there, but it's not, because personality steps in the way, and we are then transfixed by the personality we have inside of us, we behold. So this is about setting aside personality in order to concentrate on the mystic north. And personality is really going to be a problem, and we see it all the time. I mean, it's just, I was looking for some clothes. I was kind of in the clothes buying spirit, and I like good clothes and nice clothes. And so I decided to figure out what I was going to treat myself to this Christmas. And I decided to go ahead and do what I like to do best, and I went to a number of websites that highlighted the Paris street fashions for 2022. And I looked, and I was really kind of horrified at the stuff that was there. I mean, some of the fabrics were incredibly beautiful, but the styles, the look was so disheartening, and it was what I can only call a disintegration of the human form, an outrageousness of the human form. And it struck me as being so antithetical to the rising in the divine hierarchy. It was sinking into personality, and not only personality, but also a grotesque personality. The features were grotesque in their nature. They were deformed, malformed, misformed, mutated in the name of fashion and art. And I thought to myself, wow, there's nothing beautiful here. So in order to maintain our orientation, it is our sense of beauty and of our ability to connect with the naturalness of who we are. Not all was lost in the being kicked out of the garden. Some things remain that remind us of the garden. The flora and the fauna largely remain. And there are some aspects of who we are that remain. But the problem here is the advent, the insertion of personality, which gets so in the way of our finding our calling and our path. So I want you to think more about the mystic north and your meditations and the fact of your angel helping you see, helping you direct you in the wilderness experience, and helping you understand beauty and doing your angel work. Your angel work begins at your resurrection, your baptism. Your baptism is your resurrection. And if you look at the Gospel of Philip, you see that so clearly. The resurrection occurs at baptism, and that resurrection also includes the emerging of your angel and a growing of your resurrection body. And in that growth of a resurrection body and in that understanding of working with your angel, you're able to see the mystic north. As we look to the mystic north to find our way in the divine hierarchy, that's the place where we belong. And the grotesqueness of the absorbed personality can be set aside quite easily. I'm not wearing that stuff. I reject that. I rebel against that because it defiles the form, the image that I was given by God. So I urge you to begin your work to find the mystic north, to find it, to begin to look. And it is your angel that will help you see, where is the mystic north? What is my orientation?